story. Single black female seeks male companionship, authenticity unimportant. I'm a very good girl who loves to play. I love long walks in the woods, riding in your pickup truck, hunting, camping, and fishing trips. Cozy winter nights lying by the fire. Candlelight dinners will have me eating out of your hand. I'll be at the front door when you get home from work, wearing only what nature gave me. Whoa. Call 404 da-da-da and another number and ask for Annie. I'll be waiting. Over 150 men found themselves talking to the Atlanta Humane Society. It's the way they wrote it. It was fantastic. I thought it was so great.
I'll be at your door waiting.
I'll be at your door waiting with only what nature gave me. What a great line. That was fantastic.
Candlelight dinners at home.
I know, right? Oh yeah, and I candlelight dinners will have me eating out of your
hand.
I know, just the lines in there. You just. It was so great. Something else a little funny. So I was down visiting. I had been down to see my grandkids and my daughter and my son-in-law. And so, you know, we get up the next morning and he had been traveling and he was, he just came back and I think he got in at like 2 in the morning because he works, he's a sales manager. And his flight was delayed. So I get up the next morning and I look up the stairs and I see this guy with a little, you know, what do they call it? The hats that they wear with the little brim that they usually wear in sports cars. What do they call those hats? A cap. He was wearing a cap.
Driving cap,
And
yeah.
I saw this guy and it's a bald guy and I'm like, gosh, I wonder if Paul brought a client home. You know, that's kind of weird. And so my granddaughter comes in, read her a book, and then I go upstairs and I look and I go, oh, no. We were going to a program, some kind of a holiday program. So he's out by the car and I go, Paul, is that you? And he said, yeah. And I go, what happened? Because he has hair like, he has curly hair and, you know, lots of it. So he said, well, what happened is that I was trying to lose some weight. So a friend of mine and I made a bet that whoever lost the most weight would win and whoever lost would have to shave their head. Oh my God, it was hysterical. And every time he walks around the room and I go, who's that?
He keeps his promises.
Oh yeah. But I mean, that's just kind of his quirky personality too, you know.
That is so cool.
So I hope you girls don't ever do that with each other, okay?
Nope, will not.
I don't want you to shave your heads, gals, all right? The guys, it's okay.
We're not just.
Well, you know, and I'm going to share something because it's like I'm human and I was having a little struggle. You know, my daughter's going through her cancer stuff, so my top title is Staying Calm When the River is Rising. And a lot of times what happens with us when we have something occur for us, like it's financially or health-wise, you know, initially we get it, we're like, what? That can't be happening. Or we go into shock, whatever the case may be. So with her, I went into shock and it was really challenging. But what I noticed, at first she cried and moaned and gnashed her teeth. But then what she did, and I think you did this too, Douglas, is that you started gathering information, correct? And you started looking at what can I do, you know, how can I treat this, and what can I do in order to do the best thing for me? Because what I found out is that every cancer is different. Did you know that? Especially breast cancer. I don't know, was yours, is it different for everybody too, Douglas, or not really?
It obviously depends on what stage you're in.
Yeah, what stage you're in. So the treatment's going to depend on what stage you're in and what's going on and everything else. So I'm going to fess up, and so because of that, you know, my child is a bit of a controller because it's her personality profile, okay? And after a while, it gets a little unnerving, you know, and it's like always micromanaging everybody. So I was getting upset, and even my back went out because of it, and I realized that, you know, I had to just have a conversation with her and quit judging her. Anybody judge anybody when they're working your last nerve? Okay, so not at all, right? So I realized, and I got really clear because I was watching a,
Oh, seriously?
it brings tears to my eyes, I was watching a show.
Batteries? Oh.
And it was about a woman who was in a traditional Christian church in Georgia. And her son came out to her and he was gay. And in that tradition, in that belief system, they believe that you are evil and a sinner and you need to fix that and blah, 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 you know. So the teachings aren't exactly sweet and honoring.
She needs batteries.
So she realized he moved away to Atlanta, I believe it was, and then he realized that he still got to face his stuff and be present to it because he wasn't comfortable in Atlanta, so he came home. And you know, they were doing kind of a little makeover in their house, and his room was just a nightmare. Everything's thrown in there, and it was a disaster. Oh, you've taken that? Am I off?
You're on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
there
I
it
had
is.
my thing off.
Oh.
Okay, sorry. Gosh, anyway, I talk loud, don't I? Anyway, sorry, Roxy. Okay, so anyway, so getting to the story, I'll get to the bottom line of the story, is that she realized how much she missed this guy. But then there were these men that came, and they were gay men, to help, you know, her to not only remodel the church, I told you this last week, but also to help him to honor and love himself and to feel good about himself and to feel like he was valuable and that there was nothing wrong with him. Because if you're raised in that tradition, what happens is that you are either judged or you have great self-esteem. And one of these men was in a traditional church, and people would come up to him and say, oh, you're gay, you're no good. And he'd look at him and said, really? So you're expecting, you know, you want to believe the teachings of Jesus, and you're judging me? Maybe we need to pray about that. So that's what he does. And that's really great, because he just took it in, and he said, you know what? I'm just going to stand in my truth, because I love my church, I love Jesus, and I love all that. So, you know, it was really great to see him stand in that, where one of the other guys, who was also gay, and he said, you know, I was judged so much that I will never go back to that place again. But you hear him longing to go back because he was in the choir, he was involved in the community, and very, very loved that whole teaching. And he needs to follow his buddy's path and step up and say, hey, you know what? Are you loving your neighbor like yourself? I mean, which is the teaching. And so it was really beautiful, because then this woman, who is the mother, finally gets up and she says, she says to her son, she said, I'm so sorry that I judged you. And the son, got healed in that moment, and he went in his bedroom, cleaned his whole bedroom. And he felt good about himself, and he says, Mama, and I told you guys this last week, but he says, I'm going to come to the homecoming, which is a Christian thing in their church where they invite people that haven't been in a long time. Like, we've had probably 300 people come through this center. It would be like inviting all the 300 people that have ever been here to come back. And so that's what they do. So he decided to come back, and she stood up and proudly presented him to every single person in that church. And where there were people that were judging, she said, no, our teaching is that we believe in love, and love is the only answer, and love is the only healing power. And so if you want to believe our teaching and what we teach at this church, that's what we're going to do. Isn't that great? It's so true, yeah? So I'm listening to that, and I'm watching this, and I'm crying, going, here you are, you judgmental little girl. You're judging your baby girl. So, I know. So I we're going to do a visioning process. Sorry, I didn't realize this was so present. So anyway, I did a visioning process, and I said, what do I want it to look like when I go down there this week? And this was probably Tuesday or Wednesday of last week. What do I want it to look like? And with the kids, it's like, oh, we'll have a good time and laugh like we always do with the two of them. How can you not laugh at the 4.5-year-old and a almost 2-year-old, right? Except when they're screaming and crying. But anyway, I said, okay, I'm going to conversation and have the same relationship that I've had with my child that I've always had. And that I don't care what it used to be like and what it's come to, that can change in a heartbeat, because love is such a potent healing power. And I'm sharing this because I'm really encouraging anybody who hears this, you guys here and anybody who sees this, that when we give love and we give that to somebody else and we let go of our judgment and all of our stuff, you know, that we're so concerned and, you know, because it's just my ego, for goodness sakes, you know, what a little brat I am. And I'm not judging myself though, because I can see I got caught and that's okay. I got caught and that's a cool thing. Thank goodness I saw it. Have you ever gotten caught, you guys, where you needed to shift it? So, you know, here we teach God's love and connection and oneness and all those things. Well, if I'm teaching this stuff, I gotta be present and I've gotta practice it. And that's exactly right. And whatever old stuff that is going on in me, it's gonna get healed and I'm gonna move through it, whether it's uncomfortable or not. So I was talking to my girlfriends the night before, because we get together. We've been getting together for, how long have I been with Art? 14 years, okay? Once a month for 14 years. And so there's love between the ya-ya sisters, okay? And that's what we call ourselves. So we'll pray out and go ya-ya-ya-ya at the end. Anyway, I said, you know, I said, geez, I'm really having troubles. And I said, I think I just need to have a conversation. And they said, yes, do that. And so I did. So the next day I drove down and I had a whole different attitude. You know, Mom, can you go get the cake for Bo's birthday? Mom, Mom, Mom. And I'm like, I am so glad I get to be of service. I am so glad I get to help. Do you see the difference instead of bossy pants? So what ended up happening, I know. So we get the kids to bed and I'm sitting talking with her and I said, and this is how I did it. I said, you know, I'm really concerned about you, baby. I said, because where's that little baby? When she was a little baby, she would sit on the floor and I could give her toys and she would, seriously, I'd go take a nap. Can you imagine a child, you could go take a nap and this child's still there playing with the toys? An hour later? Come on now, that's some focus. Okay, so I said, where's that little girl that used to sit on the floor with her toys and sing and talk to herself and be so happy and be so joyful? Where is that little girl? And I said, I know you're a mommy now and I know you have children and I understand that. But I love you so much and I'm so concerned about you because I want you to be happy. She looks at me and she says, gosh, Mom, that's exactly what my best friend Teresa has said to me. Okay, so we're the two people that know her the best, and Teresa she grew up with. And I said, you know, so what is it? What is it that you can do, you know, for yourself? Because, you know, I'm talking to a lot of people that have had breast cancer, and even in the Rummy sale, and so many women have had breast cancer. I was shocked, but it's a high statistic. And invariably they say to me, it's because I had to learn how to take care of myself and honor myself. Yes. And I thought, who doesn't do that, right? And that when we honor and love ourselves, and so I said to her, I said, so what are you doing in order to love and honor yourself? Because she believes that it's all connected, mind, body too, right? Because it all is. And sometimes it's random, it just happens. There's no blame or shame. And she says, I'm doing yoga twice a week, Mom. I'm eating differently. I'm taking time for myself. And she goes, but here's a big one. I said, what? They're gonna go on this vacation for a week down in Mexico with the, like 12 or 14, the Armenian side of the family, okay? The big fat Armenian family, we call them.
Yeah.
And so they're gonna go and be in one house for 7 days. And so I said, whoa, okay, so how can you take care of yourself during that experience? And she said, I'm bringing up the nanny. I said, rock on. because nobody is gonna take care of your kids while they're on vacation. They're partying and drinking and doing whatever they wanna do. And so that was another thing. And after that conversation, we had a heart connection that we haven't had in years, because I was willing to let go of that stuff about, you know, oh, you know, she's meh, 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 you know, let go of my baby stuff. And that's my baby stuff and my ego stuff. And when we're willing to be, I'm going to say courageous, and we're willing to, you know, when the river's rising, that's why I said that, when the river's rising, it's like, okay, that river is going to drown me if I didn't handle this, okay? And it was going to just suck me under and ruin my relationship with my only kid. Really? Hello, wake up call. So after that, it was like this beautiful, warm, golden love through the rest of the day, and nothing bothered me. I don't care how much she's mom, mom, mom. But she didn't do that anymore. She wasn't doing it anymore. Wasn't doing it anymore. So then, I think you remember, I don't know if I told you a story about, I ruined like this $5,000 rug at their house. I dropped my tea on it. Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyway, but what was funny is that we were sitting and talking with her mother-in-law and a friend of hers, and we were just chatting, and we all went and looked, and she goes, and her mother-in-law goes, yeah, just turn the rug around, you'll never see it. So great, so simple, so easy to let go. It's amazing. So with that, it's just really what I wanted to say, you know, whether it's a financial thing, whether it's somebody with somebody else, your child, your husband, your girlfriend, your friend, give them love and let go of, I need to be right, let it go. How many of you willing to do that one, huh? Because it does take a lot to just let go and be. So I'm going to have us do a very quick, like I'm going to say 2 to 3 minute visualization. How many of you would like to have a shift like that in your life? Right? Okay, do you have a circumstance or a person or a situation that you're projecting onto it? Because we're so powerful. You know, God's right there with us all the time. We're so powerful that we are channels, as Yijay said. He was a channel and he wrote the song because God wrote it through him. We can be that love and that kindness and that peace. So with that, think of something in your life. You know, for me it was my child. And then I got another one, okay? I get to let go again. I get to spend Christmas with my first husband again.
Oh.
So, and I'm going, how do you want that to look? How do you know, because he was at the holiday thing, and I'm like, and I'm so comfortable, I'm just like, I'm like this, I'm like sitting next to him, and he's looking at me like, you know, and I'm like, whoa, dude, okay, so what I think, you know, for me, I'm going to vision on totally comfortable. Everybody's totally comfortable. You know, at the gathering, and it's going to be just fun, and we're all laughing. So I'm going to vision on how that's going to look, and we did have a good time. I was talking to his wife, so it was really good. But it's how do you want your, whether it's a gathering, whether it's you're going to go see your family, whether it's, how do you want that to be? What do you want the feeling tone to be for you? Okay, for me, I wanted to connect to my heart of my child again, okay? And have that, my baby girl, be my little baby girl again. And she is. And she always was. It was me blocking it. So how do you want that to be? So let's just take a moment. Let's close your eyes. And then as we feel into that, because remember what we said, how we change our feelings, we change our circumstances. So let's just take a moment. And I'm just going to take you on kind of a, I'm going to call it, you know, kind of a hypnosis, but it's not hypnosis. It's more just a guided visualization. So let's take that moment, and you're standing wherever you're standing. Let's say you're in a beautiful garden, you're in a forest, whatever you feel comfortable with. And you see a set of stone stairs going down. And as you breathe, you step onto the stairs and you walk down the stairs, one at a time. So continue to just feel, I am so grateful. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see this or be at this gathering or whatever the case may be. So I want you to vision in your mind, you're so excited, you're so thrilled about being able to have this beautiful experience. You get to the bottom of the stairs, and at the bottom of the stairs is your gathering. It's the house you're going to be in, your circumstance, okay? And as you feel that, what's the feeling tone and the quality that you want to bring into the gathering? Is it daylight? Is it nighttime? Is it decorated beautifully for the holidays? Is it whatever you want it to look like? And now feel into your body. And if there's any tension or anything of constriction, let's bring some love and light. So bring golden light into your body in that space. And then allow that love to permeate throughout your entire mind, body, and spirit. Okay, now move into that situation, the gathering, meeting with that individual, and have the conversation or have the experience. And what are you saying? What's the body language? And what's the general feeling tone? So what does it look like and feel like and sound like? And continue just to be present to your beautiful situation, whatever it is. And breathe, deep breath. And give thanks for this wonderful new way of being. Give gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank yourself for having the courage to shift and to be in another frame of mind and another modality. So gently and gracefully, you now are walking back to the stone steps, saying goodbye and waving and hugging and kissing, whatever the case may be. And we'll see you soon. What a great time we had. And walk up the stairs one at a time. You feel so great that you have now had a profound shift in your life. And you get to the top of the stairs. You're back in that clearing or the forest. And feel your feet on the ground, your body in your chair. And allow yourself to come back to this time, this space, and this moment. And go ahead and open your eyes when you're ready. Okay, so I'm going to just have, if anybody wants to share about what that was like.
Thank you.
Yeah? Is it good? Okay. And if you don't, keep it to yourselves, okay? But if you want to practice that some more, you have the ability to do it. So what qualities, and I won't ask for your experience, what qualities did you ask for during your vision? What qualities did you guys bring in?
Holy.
Pardon?
Openness.
Openness? Oh, that's a good one, EJ. What else?
Fun.
Fun? Oh, yeah, instead of being serious, right? Yeah, that's a great one. What other qualities showed up?
Self-assured.
So you were self-assured? That's
Love.
great.
Love.
Love, absolutely. Pardon?
Loving.
Yeah, loving, loving. Anything else? That was great. I like that. Openness, I like that. Yeah. And when we're self-assured and we feel good about ourselves, that really makes a difference, doesn't it? You know, because it's all about our stuff. It really is. It's all about us, and it's all about how we can shift us in order to have a shift out in the world. And that is what the teachings of Ernest Holmes are. That is what they teach, you know, in all the spiritual traditions, and it's fantastic. So we're gonna, because we're kind of focusing on love, I'm gonna have us repeat the affirmations for the world from, this is from Howard Wills, and I think we still have copies back there. If not, we can make some more. When the electricity gets fixed. It kind of popped on me. Okay, so this is personal cleansing affirmations. So if you would repeat after me, this is kind of cool for the holidays. To all people, so I'm going to say the one line and then you repeat after me. To all people, I forgive you, all of you. To all people, I forgive you, all of you. Please forgive me, all of you.
Please forgive me, all of you.
Let's all forgive ourselves, all of us.
Let's all forgive ourselves, all of us.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you.
Let's all love each other.
Let's all love each other.
And love ourselves.
And love ourselves.
Be at peace with each other.
Be at peace with each other.
And be at peace with ourselves.
And be at peace with ourselves.
Now and forever.
Now and forever.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so it is.
And so it
I'm adding
is.
that in.
All right.
Amen. Thank you, everybody. Great job. So we have a